This is a Cinemaker Gardener Dachshund.
Hello and welcome everyone to the Skinny Jean Gardener Show. The best bits, that's right, there's best bits of the show. And happy new year to all you podcast listeners. How you doing? It feels like a long time since I've chatted to you. Yes, you on the audio podcast. Oh, and if you're watching, you didn't know about the audio podcast. Wow. If you want to listen to the best bits rather than watch them, then you can head over to the Skinny Jean Gardener podcast, the award-winning top 20 gardening podcast in the world. Go check it out. It's in the description right now. I hope you had a great Christmas. I hope you had a great year. And we have had a great week back on the podcast. Every week we've changed it up. That every single week you get the best bits, and wow, we were not let down. Before I tell you what we've got coming up tonight, I must say thank you to everyone that has shared the stream, shared the podcast. Give it a thumbs up, give it a like, gave it a comment, gave it a review. If you're listening to the podcast, go give the podcast a review. All of that massively helps get the podcast out in front of people's faces and say, hey guys, listen to this guy. He's okay, but you know. So thank you so much to everyone over the first week of January, giving it that share, giving it that like. Go give it a thumbs up right now. That's right. Go give it a thumbs up right now. Coming up on today's best of show, a really great week. We started off with New Year's resolutions, loads of phone calls pouring in, loads of people watching, which is great. Loads of people listening. Thank you so much. Loads of phone calls on Monday with New Year's resolutions. Tuesday, we had a great day going over some news stories. Ian called in. You're going to hear the best of Ian. Bedos, Ian Bedos. I don't know why he gets his own little shout out, but he does. Wednesday, we did a ground force bingo with unbelievable results. I don't want to ruin it, but unbelievable. It's my favourite. It's my favourite one. Watch out for that tonight. And also, because we had the news of lockdown number 3, hopefully the final in the trilogy of lockdowns, we have changed. We brought in Thursday Hack Day, which was me basically telling you guys, hey, it's the weekend, it's coming up, get ready, go out and do this. Well, we had to change it up because basically we're all teachers again. I know, right? We're all teachers again. Until at least mid-Feb. Someone said March. So on Thursdays, we changed it to gardening homeschool with Skinny Jean Gardener, and I'm answering all the homeschool questions to help out parents, help out children to still get outside. It's January. If you're listening in the US, it's the weather's a little bit different. If you're listening to anywhere in the world, I know the weather's different anywhere. But in the UK, I must say it is pretty cold. I mean, I'm not wearing this big, and you can't see it on the podcast, but I'm not wearing this big thick jacket to look cool. I am, but also it does provide some kind of warmth, which is very much needed. So an amazing week. Thanks so much. This year, everybody, the podcast is unsponsored. We wave goodbye to the lawnmower sponsors of mystery. I don't know where I was going with that. And we say hello to you guys. There is a link for support. If you want to support the podcast, you can buy the book, as you know. It's right there. If you go on the website right now, guys, we've got a lockdown special. I don't know. I thought we'd do a lockdown special. A lockdown special, everybody. If you want to go over there, check that out. I know, right? We've also got, I was trying to think what else is on there. The Garden Club, at the moment, if you joined Garden Club, thank you so much. Garden Club entries are closed at the moment. You can buy me a cup of tea. You want to buy me a cup of tea? Lovely cup of tea. You can do that. I don't know. It's Friday. It's the weekend, guys. You can grab me a cup of tea. I'm just trying to think what else is on there. something else really important on there. There's them things. There's something else on there that I'll remember it after I started to stop this intro. Anyway, it's on there now. skinnyjeangardener.co.uk/support. If you want to support the podcast, the biggest way you can support the podcast, I'll be honest with you, you can buy me a cup of tea if you want. I've got loads of tea bags. Don't worry about that. You can buy me a cup of tea if you fancy. Just £1. Chuck it in. Keep the mic on. But the best way that you can support the podcast in 2021 is just by sharing the stream, sharing the podcast, sharing the stream, sharing the videos, thumbing it up. Don't know what that means, but just sharing it to your mates, to your mum, to your dad, to your nan, to that friend that you've not seen in absolutely ages. And hey, if you're listening on the podcast, why not join us? We're live on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook every Monday to Friday. Come join us. Come join in the fun at 8 p.m. UK time. It's a lot of, I think, would you agree? It's a lot of fun. I hope so. So without further ado, everyone, welcome back to Skinny Jean Gardener 2021. Facilia or Pacilia. You just read it off there. Oh, stop. What happened there? Didn't put enough. Anyway, wait there. To be fair, this is a great start, isn't it? Welcome, everyone, to the Skinny Jean. I've got to do it again anyway because I missed the show bit. Welcome to the Skinny Jean. I've just remembered what the other support thing is. We've got merch. Really nice merch, by the way. Mine's on order. It's on its way. Great new logo. Merch. Like I just caught that just before the end. That's why I mucked it up. Welcome to the Skinny Jean Gardener Show 2021. Facilia or Pacilia. You just read it off there.
Yeah. Oh, I'm on.
Oh, I can't hear you, Anon. Done something wrong with the thing. Anyway, Alison, who is what I got.
Good evening, Lee. How are you?
Great, mate. Your signal is always terrible, but I'm good, my friend. Excuse me. You got an allotment? When I go, don't put artificial grass on top of me, all right?
You're going to get composted, Lee?
Yeah, what happens? We're heading to Port Mellon in Cornwall with the team. So
I think we start by thinning out the overgrowth as opposed to undergrowth, hoping that Tommy turns up soon, and then I shall break it to him that the stone wall, which is going to replace those two fencing panels, is actually going to be built by me, not by him. He's going to be upset, isn't he? I want to do Winston Churchill. Do you think she'll like it?
I'm sure she will. But you'll come back if you don't.
Right, come and have a butcher's.
to be fair, they've got an awesome garden already. Don't get me wrong. Like, I just think it needs a little bit of zhuzhin, doesn't it? It needs a little zhuzhin on the end.
This lawn area is going to be slightly ameliorated with.
Walsh turned up, everyone. Look at him. He's not afraid of tucking that t-shirt in. I'm going to tuck my t-shirt in like Walsh. Tuck it in, guys. Get on, wait a second. Tuck it in. Hang on. So that t-shirt. Tommy Walsh. The Walshster. He's back. Everyone. Has anyone got bingo yet? We're not really got into it yet, have we? I don't think. If you put a water feature down like I have. I didn't see a water feature in there, did I? Did you see a water feature? Doesn't mean we're out of the game yet, team. If you've put water feature down, it doesn't mean we're out of the game. Charlie could sneak in with a water feature at any point tonight. All right? Just don't panic. Also, we've not seen Willie. Come on, Willie. Hashtag where's Willie?
With some paving, because
This is it.
that's the sunbathing area there.
Seems smaller.
It's wee. There is a body in there at the moment. There's Dimmock. So this is the paved area. This is the sun trap. We're going to slightly cut away these shrubs, but keep them on top so the privacy's kept, but the sun's let in more.
Uh-huh.
This is going to be replaced by a wall. This here.
What's the other side of?
Look.
Can see why there's a fence there now. It's quite a drop. It's quite a drop in it. Right, if you ain't got kids, yeah, then lower it right down. Obviously, if you have a few tipples, then that could be dangerous. If you got kids, especially now, I mean, back in the day, I suppose this was not a thing, right? But glass panels along there, I'd say. I don't know. I love a view. I mean, how can you fence off a view like that? That is incredible.
There's quite a bit before the cliff drops. It's not too bad.
Somebody's not happy about it.
But
He's got to build a wall there in a minute.
this is all going to be paved, but there's something I've got to break to you now.
Oh.
How much do you love me?
On a scale of 1 to 10.
Half.
Now, at the moment, it's early in the morning, it's first day, so it's
Yeah.
about 9.
Okay. It's going to go
I
rapidly
think it's going to
down.
go down very quick.
You see this fence?
Yes.
It's going to replace my wall.
Yes.
I'm going to build the wall.
Why is he so? Why is? I don't know what Tommy's reaction to this is going to be. From Alan the garden. I mean, to be fair to Alan, the garden's sort of done itself. He's got 5 plants to plant up, really, isn't he? Why is he rolled in? If I was Alan, I'd be like, I can't build a wall. So does he? He might know how to build a wall. To be fair to him, I can't build a wall. So maybe you do it. I'll just watch. Dimmick, what are you doing? Water feature? Thinking about it? Good. That will help the bingo. Let's see Tommy's reaction to this.
Oh, that's fine with me. No, that's fine, yes. Because it's right next to the edge.
I thought you'd go stratospheric.
No, not a
Oh,
problem.
great. So you're happy with the paving?
Yeah,
And I've got the wall.
yes, great. You don't mind a little bit of advice? Same as if I had to take advice from you.
Look,
when
I
it
shall
comes
be
about
begging for it at the end of today.
parking. Keep it clean.
Can you
please.
do the footings for me?
Yes,
And then you'll let me build it?
sure.
Fine. Must be a catch.
Everyone knows, right? If you ask, I've done this with me dad. I've asked him something, and I've said, "Is it all right if I do this?" And you go, "Yeah." I've gone, "What?" A bit like we did the show garden, built the show garden. Last year's show garden was meant to happen last year, right? It's still sitting in my garden right now. I gave him the plans, and my dad went, "Yep, looks good." And I went, "You what? Huh? What? You okay with it?" I said, "Yep." You feel like there's always a catch. I mean, the catch for this one is quite clearly Titchmarsh might fall to the edge of a cliff, so you know.
Very relaxed today.
Why is he so relaxed today? If I'd gone through the drove the way he went, I would not be relaxed. Very chilled out today, guys. Very chilled out. Dan, you must have a New Year's resolution.
To lose weight.
Well, now listen. So I was on the phone to my mum and dad the other day. They said New Year's resolution. We're going to go on a diet, and they said, "Are you going to go on diet?" I said, "Nope," because man, I don't know about you, mate. I say it every single January, and if anything, I get bigger.
This last year, I've put on near enough 2.5 stone, 3 stone. Obviously, because of lockdown, so I'm blaming the lockdowns. It could be.
You can blame on that bit. I'm pretty sure Boris said you would go out for exercise, mate, if you wanted to.
Yeah, so I want to get down to back to a reasonable weight and put more effort in at the allotment.
Well, that's it. Do you know what people always say, Dan? Is down the allotment is like the best exercise. Do you think that is just something that people say to try and entice people to garden, or do you? Because I've been gardening for 7 years now. If anything, I put more weight on over the last 7 years. I feel like gardening's made
If you dig the allotment and it's nice and wet like it is now, wet and cold, you might lose a bit of weight, but who can be bothered to go down the allotment in this extreme weather we're having at the moment?
And also, like now, we're sort of going into this whole no dig thing, aren't we? So
Yeah,
that's even
I've seen quite a bit of that.
Yeah,
I've seen quite a bit of that this year, and I'm still going to do it the normal way.
Oh, you're going against the tide. You're like salmon, mate. You're going against the tide.
Yeah, I like the good old traditional get in and dig it.
Yeah.
But I just watched Forrest's speech, and he said that it's he didn't say anything about exercise, so I'm hoping that exercise is still on the agenda, that we can still go down the allotment.
I think so. I'm pretty sure last year we were in March. We were allowed, were we or not? I can't remember.
We were allowed, yeah, but he did mention it last year. You were allowed out for physical exercise, but when he just come on, he's just said that you're only allowed out for essential shopping and caring and doctors. So it'll be quite interesting to see.
We'll wait and see what happens. I'm sure Sean James Cameron will pop up at some point and be the voice of allotment here, mate. But there you go. I was thinking, I've not done it yet. I can't say I'll do it tonight. I have pork chops in it. I'm thinking about going vegetarian then.
I like my chicken, so
I know what you're saying. I mean, Nando's ain't open at the moment, but as soon as it does open, I'll be regretting it, won't I?
That's it. But instead of going to Nando's, all you need to do is go to Tesco's and you can buy the Nando's sauce.
Good, innit?
And you just give a little paste to the chicken breast you got in the oven, put it in there for 15 minutes. Perfect Nando's.
I mean, complete tangent, mate, but they actually do something now where you know, like you put chicken and shake it in a bag.
Yeah.
They do a Nando's version of that, but that's a complete tangent. Mate, New Year's resolutions this year. You talked a bit on the New Year's show about your New Year's resolutions going peat free. Have you got any more? I mean, peat free is a big thing anyway. We've talked about it on here before. Have you got any more New Year's resolutions that you're dipping your toe into?
Well, it's what I say every year. I'm going to be tidier. I'm going to be more organised. I'm going to lose weight, and it never happens. I mean, everything, especially with gardening, every year it's moving forward. But I always feel like I start the year, oh yeah, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that, and then get to about March and I've forgotten all about it.
Yeah,
that's why I've stuck to something that I've said as my New Year's resolution. Although I hate that term, but of going peat free, because that's easily achievable.
Yeah, it's a good one as well. Like I say, we've talked about it so much. But you know, it's so funny that I got some peat-free compost sitting down here that was recently delivered to me.
Yeah,
I won't say the brand of it, but yeah, in value sourced with organic matter. Anyway, it's a total going off subject, but I too obviously I'm going peat-free. I've not made a New Year's resolution. I just think it's important, as I'm sure you do.
Yeah, I think it's very important. And the more I've learned about it, the more I've been more and more convinced that we need to change that up. But at the same time, I was stuck a bit in the old ways where I didn't think that non-peat based composts were any good. Luckily, last year I did an experiment and I proved to myself they are just as good. So
that's it. And so many, mate. I've got my drive-through compost experience. So many different brands as well. So there's no excuse really.
Yeah. I think I personally now am of the belief that peat should just be banned.
Yeah,
just get rid of it completely. There's no need for it.
I think it's going to get there. I think I did see a few stories. I wasn't going to go into them tonight because it's Pete chat again, and it's not the Pete show. But yeah, there's definitely some progress there. Well, maybe we'll talk about it later in the week.
Yeah. I think we'll get there. but we've got to make the change in our shopping habits for it to become normalised.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's it. Yeah. It's the only way. Only way it's going to happen is if we start buying it, isn't it? So
Yeah.
That's the thing, mate. We just had Dan on a second ago. He wants to. He's one of his things is to lose weight. It's all of us.
Yeah.
Is always advertised as like the big hoo-ha of you can get fit gardening. What do you think?
I think that's the way it's sold. I certainly do think it's good for the heart. They say 30 minutes a day, digging over stuff does the heart the world of good. But does it get you fit? No, I think it will get you fit, but being fit doesn't necessarily mean you lose weight. And what I mean by that, in my past I was a kickboxer. It's more like that. And when I did my kickboxing, I was competing, and I was training 5 times a week. I was so incredibly fit. But what I was doing back then was watching what I ate, and I ate basically chicken breast with nothing on it and a bit of salad. It was the most boring, horrible food. So you really want that burger, something really dirty. But because of that, I never ate it. As soon as I gave up kickboxing, I no longer had that motivation to eat healthy or properly healthy food.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I've put on 6 stone since giving up kickboxing. And
you got back into burgers, mate.
Got back into those burgers, and it's all about the food. Now, I do think gardening can provide you with some really good, healthy foods. I won't say anything against that, but at the same time, I like my food. Chili sauce, or what else can we have? Something really unhealthy, but we can make jams full of so much sugar. Chutneys full of sugar as well, all really unhealthy, but we tend to make them as part of our gardening thing.
It's the thing to do, isn't it? It's the thing.
To
be honest, I don't make many, especially after my tomato sauce escapades the other last year. I don't make many chutneys, I'll be honest with you. But yeah, I hear what you're saying. I especially for me, like now everything I've got in raised beds, I don't really have anything in the ground. There's very little digging going on there.
Yeah.
This may look like a bit of rough concrete, but you have to get the level of the foundations perfect. It's very important, but because this is on a hill, we have to step it. Now, normally you would leave the concrete to go off for at least a couple of days, but we're only here for a couple of days. So we've got to put it in what we call a dry lean mix. Get it level, temper it down, and start building on it straight away. Well, Alan is.
It's knackered, isn't he? You're right, Walsh. What are you doing? What are you?
That's something worth seeing, I'll tell you.
I know. Nice stone. North Cornwall. Delabole Quarry.
It's very nice. It's rustic colours in it.
What are you doing down there?
Old habits die hard. No, actually, I've got to set this out for you because of the steps.
It's like, I'll let you do it, but I'll sneakily, we all know, I'll sneakily just do another job behind you.
I just saw Charlie walk past me with what I think was a small tree.
Yeah, I think it's just been moved.
One of those Ceanthuses.
Ceanothus.
Same thing.
You say potato, well, I say tomato. Ain't he in a chirpy mood this week, Walsh? So chirpy.
You are. Clean trowel. A new modern Madame Tootsie.
I promise by the power vested in me that I will take care of both Madame Tootsie and your famous trowel.
And watch your fingers with that because it's very painful.
Yes, okay.
Okay.
Don't get anything between that and the stone.
Very true.
Anything tender. This is a first, this is. It weighs at the ton.
Did you try and get a hire car?
Yeah.
She's back. Sylvia, leave me alone. I'm meant to be sunbathing. I am, because on the weather app, you're meant to be on holiday. You're ringing me for? Oh, it says, because I've just looked on the camera. He's actually got a camera there. I've just looked on the cameras, and it says, it looks like there's a big van at the front. It says, cool, I can't quite make it out. Something horse. Be the force. Leave me alone, Sylvia.
And this is, they saw me plaster. This is what we need a letter from your insurance.
But I was going to say your insurance would have covered it.
It says we need to see, if you've got a disability and you're driving, we need to see the letter from
All
your
right, well,
insurance.
listen, I won't argue with you. We're on very slow.
Okay.
Remember those days. It's cost me a fortune, this. I've got to go.
The grocery talk. Did you hear the telephone go? That was my wife. She's got the train today. She'll be home at 5 o'clock tonight.
I'm sorry, what? Is he messing? Because is he joking? Because you can't even you're gonna be on holiday.
You're not serious?
Well, she wouldn't let me ask for a lift, so she couldn't get the lift. My son's away down in London until the weekend, so she couldn't bring her home.
So she's coming home tonight?
He's taking me to the station now.
Well, what are you going to do? She can't come back here.
What shall I do? Hijack the train.
Well, she's got to be away for 2 days. She's got to be away yesterday. She's got to be away today and tomorrow.
Do you want to have a word with her?
So what are you going to do?
Stop winding you up.
He got me. Because I was. That was such. Titchmarsh, a little bit, but at the same time, quite serious. We've got a TV show to. This is my job. And when you're trying to say, right, be serious with someone, they're like, what can you do? No, seriously, you can't kind of how you can't stop her when she's, no, seriously. You're so wind up. What?
You winding me up? You see this plate, Cedric?
You may have noticed we are not spotting them. Beddoes would be happy. No dodgy adverts. There might be a few little dodgy adverts coming up. Not tonight, you'll be happy to know. We are not sponsored this year. I like being sponsored. It's quite nice. But doesn't matter. We still got each other. If you want to support the show, there's a link in the comments now. It goes all the way from buying me a cuppa, if you fancy buying me a cuppa, to buying the book. Although I think most of you got the book, or just literally by sharing the show. If you're a supporter, I know a lot of you are already watching, support the show anyway, and I really respect that. Don't worry about buying me a cup of tea. I've got plenty of tea bags. But but if you just like, share, subscribe, follow, I'd really appreciate it. Just to spread the good Skinny Jean Gardener show around, at least part of the UK. I was going to use a terrible example of coronavirus there, but it's probably not the wisest joke to make. Thank you to anyone that just liked and shared just then. I see it pop up on the screen. Much love to you all.
Yeah, how you doing? Happy New Year, mate.
Happy New Year actually, I think you might be the first person I've said Happy New Year to, apart from us saying it at the start of the show. No one said Happy New Year to me. So what day is it? Day 4?
Well, I think it's going to be a good year. It's okay, we've got a lockdown, but it's better to have a lockdown in January, probably going on to February, and then it starts to open up again as spring comes. And I've just been sort of Googling frantically to see if they're shutting garden centres, and the document was published 4th of January, which is today, literally a few hours ago, and garden centres are staying open. Now, that could be great. Garden centres are so good at social distancing. They've got massive amounts of space. They're great for people having an interest in the outside world, in growing your own and all that sort of thing. I'm quite optimistic for this year. I think because Garden Sense did so well last year, and we've got a whole new generation of people wanting to garden. It's going to be good, I think.
I think so. Also, this year, Mackie, we've got. I have got myself in the mindset that I won't be going on holiday this year. I'm sure a lot of other people probably won't be on holiday, which means they'll be staycationing at home more likely. Which means they'll be spending more time in their gardens, which means more gardening, mate.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and so it's at least we've got a bit of light at the end of the tunnel now. And we just got to get through the cold winter months. Lots of duvet days, lots of just staying inside, which is not a difficult thing to do in January, February. And if we get some nice weather this year as well, which I think with the old global warming we're pretty much guaranteed to get, come the weather warming up, it could be a great year.
Yeah, definitely, dude. New Year's resolutions for you, Mr. Mark Mackey?
Just getting out, exercising a bit more. I mean, I've put on a bit of weight over Christmas, and my little boy Maverick, now he's got bigger. I used to put him on a front carrier and go for a walk every day up to the nature reserve up the road, and that was so good for me. I'm really missing just that daily walk. But now I'm going to have to put him in a pram because he's just too heavy to carry. It's not. I could carry him, but apparently it's not good for his legs and things because they get pulled into a weird position. Literally, this has been a game changer around here because about 3 weeks ago, he made his first tentative steps between one person and another, only about 2 feet apart. Oh, wow. Today, he's sprinting. Literally, he is running around the house. We went out and got him his first pair of shoes just before 4 or 5 days ago because we knew kind of lockdown was coming. But he's going to be running up the blinking road soon. He's just developed so quickly. It's amazing.
Well, that'll keep you fit.
Yeah, definitely.
Also, not only is it good for him not to be in that carrier, mate, it's good for your back for him not to be in that front carrier.
Well, it was doing me good because it sorted my posture out because you had to put your posture up and walk really strong. So I think I'm going to get one of those exercise things, which are just basically rubber bands that you hang up and you can sort of pull from either side and you can put them all over the place. My wife's brother is a personal trainer amongst other things, and I asked him about them the other night. He said they're really good, so I'm going to put them up in the office so I'll be able to just at least do something whatever the weather. But little and often exercise works well for me.
It sounds like, mate, this time next year we'll all be buff and showing off our muscles on stream.
Well, I'll see you at both BBC Gardeners World Live, and we can see how good we look. Hey, definitely, arm wrestle. We got a little podium at the front of the stand.
We'll make it happen. Dude, thanks so much. I'll speak to you later, mate.
Okay, take care, mate. Bye-bye.
Indeed.
Here we've got a crisis here. We will need. Oh, can't get my foot out. Oh, sugar. Right. We will need to have some material filled in at the back here. Otherwise, this will go. Where's Willie? Willie!
So, we can't move. We need somebody to infill this wall.
See, the wall is
falling backwards.
Fall into the sea.
Yes, Willie, falling into the sea.
We need some buckets of gravel or something.
Here, Willie's got his moment. This is my moment. This is my perfect moment. Gonna fall into the sea. Yes, Willie. To be fair, right, that wall I would have supported with a lot more than you wouldn't just build a wall there, would you? It'd be so easy to push over, surely. Doesn't look like it was built by Alan Titchmarsh to starters, but you'd build it a little bit. You'd have something, surely, wouldn't you? You'd have something holding it up.
And Will?
Right, okay.
That's what moved it. My foot going down on that soft soil there.
Can I just remind you of that later at a future date?
Yeah, that's
that
right.
You collapsed my entire wall.
Oh, I wouldn't say that. I mean, once you go up so high, you have to.
That wall looks shocking. It might look better later, but where's the positivity bell? Hang on. It's going to look great, Alan. They're going to look great.
Told you earlier you have to backfill this.
Oh, so it is my fault.
No, I'm not going
Nothing
to
to do with the
say.
proximity of your size 12 at all.
I'm not going to say.
I should have legislated for that. You're right. You got it, Tom.
Well, I can't. You have to. I've got the wall. You guide the stone.
I can't really see what the stones are going to do, if I'm totally honest with you. I can't see how it's going to support it. I could be wrong.
It's hard work, this building, Lark. I don't wonder it gets so grumpy. It's a bit of a nerve, wasn't it, really? 8 hours ago, I want to build a wall. 8 hours on, oh, we should have stuck to garden.
8 hours? It took 8 hours to build a wall? It's looking better than it was. I'll give you that.
Right, it's just about done. You all right?
Aye.
It's all right.
Oh, it's great. Yeah.
Just relieved it's still standing.
I'm not being funny. This is going to look wicked. Like, I don't understand what. I mean, that wall is perfect height. Don't want nothing too big. Crikey, don't let the kids go near it. Got grandkids? Oh, no. They're all grown up now. Good. Because there's an accident waiting to happen. Let me tell you that. That'll be in the papers. But this is going to look wicked, isn't it? Oh, I'm really impressed with it. Fine. Hold on a second. Right. Hold on a second. Right. Thanks so much once again.
Hello?
Right, can I just say something? We're only doing 8 till 9 this year.
Oh, right, okay. But I just needed to... I've had confirmation from 10 Downing Street in the last hour to say that allotments are still being classed as exercise. You can still go to your plot, but all communal spaces on allotments will be closed from Wednesday morning.
Can you say that last bit again, because you cut out a little bit?
All communal spaces on allotments, such as shops or HQs where you can go make a cup of tea, will be closed from Wednesday morning. But allotments are still classed as exercise.
There we go, mate. I thought it would be the case of
Cameron, 10 Downing Street, London.
Thanks. Not at all. Hello, here we go. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Beddoes. You all right?
Yeah, I can't get you on what's it?
New Year, same problems.
Zapping in.
Don't matter, mate. You've got us here.
Oh, hang on. Dog wants to go out. Just a minute.
No, yeah, no worries. We're not going anywhere.
No, you're not allowed, are you?
That's
like
a good point.
Like the rest of us.
That's a good point. Well, yeah, we're back with you now. Aren't we?
I tell you, it's terrible.
It's not great, mate, is it? What's going on, man? Happy New Year to you.
Oh, I'm the same to you.
We ain't spoke to
I
you.
think I said that last night, but I thought typed it, not spoke to you. But there you go.
No, yeah. Happy New Year, as in vocally. How was your Christmas, mate? All good?
Oh, nice and quiet.
Nice and quiet.
Very much, yeah.
Tonight we are talking about. What is a question for you? This is a ridiculous question. Do you go like Monty Don, yellowy grey over the winter?
I must be honest, I have done very little in the garden over winter.
Oh, don't worry. I'm very much the same.
Yeah. I've made my mind up. I've got to go into the greenhouse and dig up what I planted last winter.
What?
Swedes, turnips, beetroots, and all that stuff, and see what's under there. Rip out the old tomato plants that I haven't done anything with.
Right.
But I have got some nice sprouts growing down the bottom of the garden that I put in 18 months ago. But Mr. Suggett, Mr. Suggett said I put them in at the wrong time of the year, and obviously they didn't germinate last year, but they have done this year.
18 months ago.
Yep.
Right. Firstly, let's just touch on this. That greenhouse.
No, the sprouts are outdoors.
I know that. Let's touch on the thing first. That greenhouse, you told me that you were clearing out back in September.
Yeah, I know.
What happened?
I was too lazy.
After all
Be all and end all, I was too lazy to do it. I couldn't be bothered.
After all the things you've told us about that you get up to, you couldn't even clear that out.
No, not yet.
Right, and then the sprouts. So you planted them up. When?
Sorry, say again.
These sprouts you planted up in 18 months ago.
Like June, July last year, yeah, or the year before. Expecting they would grow by Christmas, and nothing happened. And then I saw a little bit poking up, and I thought, well, I ain't going to do anything with it. I'm going to leave them there and see what happens.
Sure.
And they've done really well. They're looking pretty good at the minute.
Have you tried any of them yet?
No, they're tiny. I've got to give them another month at least.
Oh my gosh. Will you send us a picture at some point, mate?
I'll try.
I actually want to. One of the things I do want to grow this year is sprouts. I didn't grow any last year, but after my not massively successful Christmas dinner, but not too bad, I want to have sprouts on the plate next year. So that's one of the things that I want. I do want. I won't be planting them 18 months before. That's one thing I want.
Must admit, many people hate them, but I actually love sprouts.
I'm a big fan of them. I used to hate them when I was little, but now I'm
No, I love them. They're fantastic. There's so much flavour in them and everything. They're great.
Yeah.
So I must admit, I did try. Was it somebody on Richard's site has put up about putting them in, roasting them in the oven?
Yeah, my dad used to roast them.
Yeah, well, I tried, but I think I put them in too early and too high. They were a little bit burnt.
I'm not sure. I'll ask him tonight for you. I'm not sure if you've got to boil them a little bit and then put them to roast. I'm not sure if you've got to...
I did. I gave them 10 minutes in a pan, put them in a tray, and then sprayed them with olive oil. But I think I put them in a little bit too long in the oven. They were kind of going a little bit black. They were all right. We ate them, but I think I put them in too long.
Oh, we keep trying, mate. Yeah, well, we are talking about gardening challenges. I suppose your garden challenge is just to get out there this year and clear a few bits up.
Oh yeah, and I'm going a lot for mint and coriander. The one I'm struggling with at the minute is chives.
Chives? What's that? What's wrong with them?
They just die.
You growing them from seed, or you go buying the plant?
No, I bought a plant.
Yeah,
I put them in, but
you grow them inside or outside?
No, they're outside.
Yeah, see, I have mine. Mine always, because of where I've got them, always die when they're outside. But if they're sitting on the windowsill, inside, they grow great.
All right.
I think my ones outside
try that then.
They get too much water outside, and then they just all go brown and soggy. So windowsill, you can control it a little bit easier on the windowsill of herbs, can't you?
Right. I'll give that a go then. I'll nip down to Morrison's and get another one.
Flipping it, I think I've just give Bedo some actual proper advice. That's amazing. What a start to the year.
Can't be bad.
Can't be bad, mate. Mate, thanks so much for calling in. It's good to hear from you.
No problem.
And,
speak to you soon.
Speak to you soon, dude. Much love.
Oh, put my name in the app.
Yeah, I knew that's why you called up. Speak to you
Yeah. I missed out last night, didn't I?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Getting the team to win, mate. Right, I'll chat later, dude.
All right. See you later.
Bye. Bye. Beddoes there for the tin to win. I must get. So last night we had quite a few calls last night, didn't we? The tin to win. Where is it? It's here. There's no pieces of paper in there yet, but I will put the paper in by tomorrow night's show. The tin to win, if you call in. All this rhymes. The tin to win, if you call in, you go in the tin. At the end of the month, we pull out a name, and you could win our big prize. As yet, I don't know what it's going to be, but we'll let you know next Monday. Cliffhanger there.
Having learnt by my mistakes yesterday of not backfilling this hollow wall as I went and then almost going into the sea with it, I am now filling it as I go.
Oh, is the wall getting higher? Oh, no, I'd leave it nice and low. Leave it low. I mean, safety-wise, sure, but look at those views. I'd cut them trees. I'd also cut them trees down. You see them trees hanging off the edge there? I'm all about nature, but I'm also a lot more about the views. You need to look into the harbour as well, don't you? Come on. I want to look at it as a sea. Maybe if you've got the sea as a view, do you really want to look at the harbour? Maybe not.
And hoping that within an hour or so, I shall actually be able to plant something in the top and put sea pinks in it, thrift. So it's almost like looking over another bit of natural cliff top to down there, because there are a lot of little paths running down the cliffs here with sea pinks.
Oh, that's going to look good.
Pretty idyllic, isn't it?
Oh, there's a path that runs. There's not a path that runs from their house, is it?
Your own set of steps cut into the rock face, right the way down to the beach. Absolutely stunning.
I'm sorry. They've got their own set of steps going down to. That is so cool. I want to buy this house. Imagine how much it costs.
I suppose from my point of view, one of the greatest
down to the beach. I mean, you'd mean down to the rocks, but still, I bet it'd be really cool, wouldn't it?
attractions of Cornwall is the tremendous range of wildflowers you get. This is what I'm going to plant in the top of my wall up there. Sea pink or thrift. We've got darker shades for gardens, but I love the pale pink like this. Up here, bladder campion with those inflated calyxes just behind the white flowers. And behind it, the campion that we have in most of our country lanes all over Britain, red campion. It just glows bright pink at this time of year.
Red campion. I love them. I didn't know the others, I'll be honest with you, but red campion. Big fan over here, guys. Red campion fan, big fan.
There's a fumitory growing out of a rock crevice. I tell you, anybody who's remotely interested in botany, Cornwall will just make you drool.
Oh, she's back on the blower. She's back on the blower again.
Hello.
Hi, Cedric.
Hello, Barry.
I'm at the Little Chef on the Oakhampton bypass.
Oh, right. So, that'll be all right for 5 o'clock, do you think?
Yeah.
Yes! Come on, damn it. Just a surprise. The water. Oh, no. Alan Titchmarsh watch check. Just a little surprise water feature. Just get in there. Come on. See, that wall's gone too high up for me. I get it, safety and all that, but it's just going far too high. Because if you want to sit, the thing is, like, I get it, safety-wise, it needs to be high. But if you want to sit up there, what I would personally do is sit up there, have a chair, and just look over. When he left it yesterday, he should have left it at that height. So it's perfect view. Now you've sort of got to look over the wall. The wall's almost like getting in the way. I mean, how high is he going with it? But I've got a great garden to make to show you. Now, this weekend, you may be thinking, what am I going to do with the kids? And good point. This is a great one to do with the children. Bug hotels. Now, I love this one. It's not in the book. Probably in book 2. I absolutely love this one. And all you're going to need is a milk carton, everyone. Someone play the Blue Peter theme tune. You do need some scissors. Be careful with scissors, team. I must say that. And then this is what you need to do. Okay, so you pierce a hole halfway through, and then you very slowly. What you're going to do is cut the side of this bottle off. Not entirely, just a little, almost like a. How would I describe this? Oh, just a side, really. What you're left with is a milk carton with a hole in the side, which is great. Then what you need to do is get some paints. And you paint over the whole of the outside. So you do this on day 1, get the paints going, get messy with it, right? Day 2, this is a double header. That's why I love this make so much. So if you're thinking about doing it at the weekend, Saturday, you can create this. Maybe it's raining, create this on the table, paint it up, sorted. Sunday, go out into the garden, or go to your local woodland, go to your local park. And then what we're going to need is sticks. We're going to need stones. We're going to need soil. We're going to need bark. We're going to need grass. We're going to need leaves. And we literally just layer it up. We layer it up. And I'm going to do this tomorrow. And next Thursday, I will show you what me and Olive have come up with. And I want to see yours. If anyone does it, awesome. But if anyone does, then send your photos to me at lee@skinnyjeangardener.co.uk, and you can show me your mini bug hotel. I don't know what keeps happening. I keep disappearing off the stream. Here's one man. He's going to pop up in a minute. He's here. He is. One man that don't just disappear from the screen. It's Stuart Jackson. Hello, Stu.
Hello, mate. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm not too bad. What's going on, man? What you got to say? You're almost our school expert.
Well, I'm listening to Rich there about sowing seeds. He's so right. You know, I've been growing flowers for years, but vegetable seeds, I lost quite a lot this year because I either sowed them too deep or not deep enough, and it is a learning curve for the newbie. And I now know how the kids feel when I say, "Oh, just put them in and see what happens." Because I let them do what they want. I don't. If they want to read, if they're old enough and they read the packet, that's great. But if they don't and they make a mistake, they learn from that mistake. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. It makes a
And
lot of sense.
seeds aren't expensive.
No, I mean when you first started doing this with the kids, Stu, how did you feel about it all? How did it all go?
Well, the first sort of year, I wanted to do it properly. You know, regimental lines, everything in the right place. And I think I told you before, I had a parent put their arm around me and say, "Your garden looks amazing, Mr. J."
Yeah.
And I went, "It's not my garden, it's the children's garden." She said, "No, if it was the children's garden, it would be a muddle. It's too regimented." And which is true. The kids plant things where they want to plant them. So if you've got, you know, carrots next to runner beans, they're going to learn. If the carrots don't come up because the runner beans have taken over the ground, they're going to learn from it.
Yeah.
So I just let them, you know, this is the patch of ground we've got. What do you want to put in there?
Yeah.
And if they say, "Right, I'm going to sow my tomato seeds this month," well, I'll say, "Well, you can if you want, but I wouldn't. But if you want to, carry on." So they sow the seeds and then they don't germinate and they learn. So
what it's about. Life is not all a bed of roses.
No, it's about the kids really. It's letting them experiment. You know, if when they get to senior school and they start doing science experiments, they're allowed to make mistakes in the classroom. So why not make the mistakes outside in the garden?
Yeah.
This year I've spent 10 quid so far, and I know we're only like 3 weeks into the class, you know, but I've got a box full of seeds, and tomorrow actually the reception kids will be sowing some seeds. So, and they just cut the hand in and take out what they want, and if they grow, they grow. But you know, some will grow because I'll make sure they grow.
Yes,
so you've always got to be one. You've got to be one step ahead, really, when you're teaching.
Yeah.
So if I know the kids are going to grow salad, say next week, I've already planted it a week ago at home in my greenhouse, so that the ones that do fail, I can show them the ones that failed, then I can show them what I did to get it right. And I don't always get it right.
No, of course
you've got to have a backup. You know, you've got to have a backup because otherwise you get that. You've seen it. You've got a daughter. the tears start flowing, and then you can't stop it.
Mate, I can't even think about it. It makes me so sad when them sort of things happen.
But plug plants are a great idea though, because then you can have a backup plan in the greenhouse, and then they've sown some tomato plants, and then you've already got some growing because you've been and bought half a dozen plug plants, and they're in the greenhouse. You just swap them over.
Yeah, always going. How are you finding this week, Stu? I don't know if are you doing online still, or what's it been like?
I'm doing both. Yeah, I'm in class every day. But because we're really lucky, we're quite high ratio staff wise. So we've had 7 children in reception with 4 staff. So
wow, VIP.
Yeah, it is VIP, but we're getting jobs done that we wouldn't normally get a chance to get done. So with 2 of us are in the classroom at any one time now, and then 2 of us go out, and then we swap over. So I've filmed 8 or 9 videos, lesson videos already, ready to send out. I've done one out tonight. Want to go out over the weekend, and then we'll send them out every day next week. But I just did simple things like a balloon full of water, hang it up outside, and then it freezes. Obviously freezes, and then you can talk about that, or you can put a bowl of water out and put some stuff anything in it, toys, sponges, and then watch it freeze, and then the kids can play with the ice afterwards.
Yeah.
So it's just simple things. Drop a bit of food colouring in. The aliens have landed, or it's just make it fun. You've got to make it fun. But we will get more children in because the government will do the same as they did in first lockdown. They will change the rules, and more kids are being told to come in. I know they're introducing this laptop thing now, where people who can't afford it will get a laptop, but that's going to take weeks and weeks to get in place.
We'll probably all be back by school.
I wouldn't hold your breath. I wouldn't hold your breath for going back this side of March.
Well, we'll see, Stu. We'll see. Stu,
well, if you need any help, mate, I'll send them on to you. Send the videos on to you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, send them out. Stu, thanks so much, mate.
That's all right. You take care.
I'll see you later. Bye, man.
Alan built this with his own hands.
You owe me now, Stevie, because these used to be gardener's hands. These were gardener's hands. They are now Bricky's hands.
Yes.
She's the first and only wall I've ever built. And it could have been my last if after the incident with Tommy's foot, I'd followed it over the cliff and into the sea.
He'll never let him live that down. He hardly did anything. Stonewall for 100 quid. I suppose not actually that bad, really. And Alan Titchmarsh. I'd want Alan Titchmarsh to sign it, wouldn't you? I really like the planting up bit in between. That's a nice little touch.
You promised me, Sylvia, that you will lie in that hammock and sunbathe in the nude, won't you? Because we've made sure the neighbours can't see you.
I'm sorry, what?
He's told you that as well.
Oh, what? Voice took a dark twist. She is never going to let Cecil get over this. His name's not Cecil, is it Lester? Whatever his name is.
Now, no secrets from the ground force team. From the ground force team in...
He's told you that as well. I'm gonna get you, Cecil!
Natural naturist, Cornwall.
What an ending. I mean, everything was going so well. She got a glass of champagne in her hands, and then that revelation happens.
It's a bit chilly for goose pimples. Till the next time, take care. Bye-bye. Cheers. Well, you've got such a lovely view that we thought it was a shame to have 2 sort of interwoven fencing panels in the way. So just a nice bit of soft wall.
It really is. It's wonderful.
Cheers to you. May you enjoy sitting in this.
And there, everyone, we have the best bits of, it's so difficult to try and get it into an hour, the best bits of the first week of January 2021. We've got some amazing interviews lined up this year, possibly Dimmock. Let's just hold off. All right, we'll try and get the Ground Force crew on. Don't worry about that. We've got some amazing interviews, some amazing things coming up. So much fun. I'd love you to join me on the show. Like I say, Monday through to Friday, 8 p.m. We'll be here live, bringing this gardening community together, having fun, chatting gardening. Have a great weekend. Much love, and I'll see you next week. Facilia. Or Pacilia, if you just read it off there.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm on.
Oh, I can't hear you, Anon. Done something wrong with the thing. Anyway, Alison Poo is what I got.
Good evening, Lee. How are you?
Great, mate. Your signal is always terrible, but I'm good, my friend. Excuse me. You got an allotment? When I go, don't put artificial grass on top of me, all right?
Are you going to get composted, Lee?
Yeah,